What is good, ladies and gentlemen? And here we are back again with more Baldur's Gate. So, we are right now on a quest to figure out why the cultists are able to traverse this shitty area. And we've partnered up with some of the guys from the inn over here. The Last Light. Ah, very dramatic. So, let's talk to this chick, because she's, I think, the brave chick. She's the head of our little posse here. So we're going to try to ambush these people, which, you know, we just upgraded our gear. I guess I could send a Starion in to pretty much assassinate half of them. Got myself some nice armor because we saved a bunch of items from the Underdark. And it turns out there's a demon smith named Damon, very creative, who was able to smith some very nice gear for us. So I've sort of swapped weapons out and in. I've given Astarion this really fucking good short sword, and I've been experimenting with sword and board. I haven't used these abilities yet. I've been using a two-handed weapon on this guy for the whole game. So we'll figure out if that's still the best option. I need more purple dye too, man. I need like 1, 2, 3. I need like 3 more purple dye. That's the real challenge, is where to get more purple dye. Anyway, let's talk to Harper Lysandra and see what she has to say. Whoa.
We bring more to your church every day, my queen. Your followers are legion.
Go, we'll wait for your signal. Okay, creepy spider guy right off the bat. He's like that guy from Lost in Space, the 1999 one.
Your faithful stand ready, Majesty. Soon we march. Soon the world will bow to you.
Holy fuck, his forehead eyes.
Oh, Rabos, something moved up there. Want me to drag it out?
You fucking idiot. Stay hidden.
They stay in the light. They do not go into the dark.
Didn't figure something as big and ugly as you for a coward.
No, they will not go into the dark.
Enough. Stop.
They will not become shadows. They will not feed the curse. Forgive me, my queen, but I had to before the dark got any stronger.
Okay, let's try to fade into the background here. My stealth is not going to be very good. Can we get rid of that? That'd be great. Okay, well, fuck it. Let's give it a shot. Yeah, boy, bare minimum. Somehow in this heavy-ass thing, I didn't get noticed.
We will carry your light, Majesty. We are happy to serve.
The hell's are you waiting for? Attack!
Blasphemers! Kill them all!
Shit, guys, we got a Spider-Man. Spider-Man, Spider-Man. Killed that orc as fast as he can. He's got a butt and a sword, but I've got a mason board. Look out! Here comes the Spider-Man. That's good. Get into a nice group so I can blast all of you at once. Alright, can we hit this fucker? Okay, 70%. Oh, 91. God damn. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do that. Boo! Fuck you! Can we eat you too? Hell yeah, let's have a bite. I'm loving it. Okay. She's gonna run over here and probably do nothing. Yeah, 3 damage. Wow, I'm amazed you guys were able to fucking survive this place for longer than like a couple days. You're hitting 3s and 6s? Please. You know, I'm trying to toot my own horn here, but how the fuck did you guys make it this far? I guess they're only hitting 4s. Okay, let's go ahead and blast some motherfuckers. Can we use this? Why can't I use this? Oh well, we don't need it. What is this? Blazing Return. Okay, that's the shield attack. Cannot harm. What the fuck? Alright, well, we'll kill this guy at least. Hopefully this guy won't start bringing people back out of nowhere. Now, we did get a new ability. New parasite ability. Shield of Thrones. Okay, let's use that at least. Let's do something with our turn here. Can I do anything else? I don't think I can move far enough to do anything, can I? Oh no, I can hit him. Alright. Bang, let's do that. Let's see if we can kill him. Nice, very nice. And, can we hit this guy? Nope, still can't hit him. Let's go ahead and concentrate fire on this fool. Alright, well, it was worth a shot, get it? Now, can we... Should I try silencing this guy? He's got some kind of weird protection going on. I doubt he's charmable. Something about him tells me that he's not going to fall for our wiles. So, instead of that, we are going to... Can I summon somebody? Man, I should have rested before this. I'm a fucking idiot. It's like half these fights, I'm like, guys, why is it so hard? It's like, because I didn't rest right before. That's why. Well, Sacred Flame. Guessing that'll hit that guy pretty hard. It's got reverberation, whatever that means. I fear neither shadow nor death. Well, you know, it's probably healthy to fear those things a little bit. Sometimes. Ooh, boy. Okay, can we... What the fuck is Sanctuary? That is such some horse shit. Just commit death on this guy. Blow everybody up at once. Man. Mirror image. Who has the... I can't use my level 4s. Fuck. I'm just gonna go with Cloud of Daggers, man. That just... It never steers me wrong. It's so fucking good. Eat shit.
You will die here. The Absolute wills it so.
Oh fuck, he's got Cloud of Daggers too. What a douche. Let's go ahead and kill him quickly. Yeah, good. He's taking damage. Oh, did Spider-Man take any? Oh, he did. Okay, so Cloud of Daggers might actually hurt him. Oh, shit. Whoa. Okay, yeah, we gotta kill this dude. He's causing issues here. Fuck you. Alright, can we hide in the shadows? Can we do that? Hell yeah. Okay. Ooh. Hunter's Mark Quarry. Can these guys disable his whatever that is? Because I'm guessing we are not... Oh, maybe he's okay. Maybe we can hit him now. Can we actually hit you? Ooh, we can. Okay, well, let's give it a shot. Ooh. Again, this mace is... Okay, let's do that. Get the Blazing Retaliation Shield ability. We'll test that out. I've never used that before. Now, what can you do? Anything of value? Even though I switched out all your fucking spells, now they're all... Okay. That's great. Divinity Cloak of Shadows. I'm just going to Sacred Flame this guy. Not a high chance to hit, but... Ooh, he's got Reverberate. Okay, good. Let's give you a bit of a sip of the sauce. $184 hit points. That's not nothing.
Carnus like carnage, get it? We're very good at writing.
I would have called this guy like Selithithor or some shit. You gotta imitate the spider skittering, hissing sound effects when you're naming a spider character. I would have called him... What would I would have called him? Eresis. I would have called him Eresis or some shit like that. No, is that a... It's AoE. I don't want to accidentally fuck with the... my bros over here. Necrotic, Fire, Ice. I guess we'll just Firebolt him. 16 fucking... That's garbage, man. Maybe I will use this. Fuck these guys. Woo! Blew him right up. Whoa, he took 40 damage from that? Bro! I'm gonna kill this guy just with falling damage. That's the big brain fucking method of execution in this. Good job walking right on the hot coals, guys. Oh shit. Is he casting that crap again? I think the Hunter's Mask ability may have been what got rid of that. Either that or it's just a temporary invulnerability thing. We just have to wait for it to fail. Okay, Astarion, my boy, can you jump anywhere useful? No, I don't want to bring you up the ladder. That would be very stupid, because that's what these idiots have done, and they all got burned. Can't reach, fuck. Not enough reach him. Shit. Is there any other way to get up through this place? Can I... Okay. Can you jump up to here? Not enough movement. Shit. Oh, shit. Can I use Misty Step? Can we Misty Step our way up there? That would be ideal here. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Get one of us up there at least and see if we can do anything. Cannot harm. Let's just have you become invisible and just wait. Hopefully he doesn't use any AoE attacks. Okay. Yeah. Not on your watch. I'm going to go over here and do nothing. Not on my watch. I know I'll choose to do nothing. Very epic. Maybe I'll do the same. Fuck. I can't jump. Might as well just heal. I mean, he's kind of out of range here. We did just hit him for a significant amount, so at least there's that. I can't even... No, he's still sanctuaried. Oh, boy. I guess I could buff myself. Guidance... Disguise self. If you are obscured. Well, it's not really very useful, is it? Guess I'll just Blade Ward myself. Again, I don't want to get all my guys up here right away. He's probably just going to jump down anyways, so fuck it. Just end turn. Let's let these guys go through the hot coals till they've burned out, then I'll go up there. If you had a chance to change it... Oh, fuck me feet! Okay, what about if we jump you up here? Oh, we can't, of course. Not enough movement. Oh, that's great.
Just gonna go ahead and uninstall the game, guys. You know, fuck it, who cares?
Can we not hit you? No, we still can't do anything. We'll give you a drink of sauce and then,
I always like to bring my jars of ragu to the battlefield. It sounds weird, but it gives you that little hit of sauce that you need.
Come on, pierce his ass. Ooh, 24. Ooh, can we throw you off balance? That would be sick. Oh, nice. Very nice, Astarion, coming through in the clutch. Alright, we're going to go ahead and swoosh our way up here. Hopefully we don't get burned. Nope, we're good. And you're about to be fucked. Oh. We tried, guys. Couldn't quite do it. Psionic overload. Can I do anything to this guy? I guess I could have thrown something at him, but would have liked to have killed him. He's almost dead. Doesn't really matter.
We'll get him, boys. Get him with a mind hand attack. Oh, or not.
I don't want these guys to kill him. That would be anticlimactic.
I'll let the NP thief kill him for me.
It's gonna happen, isn't it? Oh, maybe not. Die. Oh, nice. Okay, let's get you up here. And if he's facing the opposite direction, do I get any sort of ranged advantage? 20%. Evidently not. What if we just hit him? 20%. Man, what a joke. Fuck you. Oh shit, the ladder's gone. Well, we don't need it. We're already up here. Man, this guy's hanging on. He's got 5 health. If he heals, I'm gonna be pissed. Oh shit, he's got Sanctuary back. See, that's why I wanted to kill him earlier. Now he's invulnerable, isn't he? Oh, maybe not. Can I assassinate him? Do it, Astarion. Come on. Oh, hell yes.
We did it, Reddit. We killed the giant Spider-Man.
The lantern gives off a chilly glow, protecting all in its vicinity from the surrounding shadows.
Incredible magic. I can feel the light left in the shadows, even those within me.
Where do you have shadows within yourself, my friend?
Be safe and be brave. We expect no less.
I guess he's supposed to be Asiatic looking, but I gave him a Scottish accent.
You notice a tiny pixie trapped within. These fey creatures are infamous for their trickery, sometimes playful, sometimes malicious.
Oh, please. You must release me or I'll die. This lantern only lights the way when I'm hurting night and day.
Your fuel for the lantern? How does that work?
My pixie dust is bright as day. My injuries can light the way.
Cruelty and cleverness are all too common bedfellows. Let's side with cleverness alone, shall we?
Yeah, I give him my circlet because I got a new helmet.
What's this mechanism at the base of the lantern?
I dare not mention it, newfound friend. The fader's touch could spell my end.
I'll cut you like a 10-day-old if you don't release me right now this moment.
Holy shit, dude, that took a turn. Yeah, you can fuck off. Yeah, of course we're keeping this. We need it to progress. It's not like there's an alternative I've been able to find. There probably is one. It's like, if you went to this part of this zone and talked to this guy, he gives you an alternative way to fuel the lantern without torturing a small being. It's just part of this game's cringy fucking ethos of like, oh, you always have to do something a little bit gross and evil to do good. Unfortunately, that's true, but, you know, when I play a game, I like to imagine that it's not. Anyway, whatever. We got a cowboy hat in here. Yeehaw, I'm gonna ride that spider ass all the way to wherever the fuck we're going. Moonrise Towers, that's the place. Alright, we got some barrels here. Do we have anything useful in any of these? It's all gonna be rotten food, it always is. Water, which is useless. That's useless. There's a chest up here, though. Rotten mushroom, useless. I don't even know why I bother checking these. I have found good stuff in them. That's what always keeps me going, is the hope that there's something half decent in one of these. Is that a good fish? No, of course not. It's all rotten. Yeah. I love that, though. It's like fucking Oblivion in Skyrim. All the fruit just never rots. It's a perfect universe where nothing decays. In this one, it's like, nope. Shit is rotting, my friend. Get used to it. Alright, can we jump over here? Yes, we can. Boom. Let's go ahead and get this shit open. Pew! Hell yeah. What do we got inside here? Fog cloud. Okay, that's worthless, so at least we can sell it. Now, the question is, where do we go from here? Art Cullah. Okay, that's the guy with the loot. That's Moonrise. Path to Kracia Leak. So this, again, this zone is fucking huge, man. I mean, there's got to be a ton of stuff we're missing in here. Okay, first of all, let's loot these guys. Oh, I just picked up a bunch of rotten shit. Is that all the pixie does, is just yell at you a little bit? I mean, that's worth being able to navigate the fog. These guys all have junk on them. What the fuck, man? I don't want all this rotten shit. What the fuck? Were they eating this? Maybe that's why they're so pissed off and following some creepy spider guy, because they're all eating terrible food. What is this? Lantern. Okay. We can sell that. About these gloves. Whenever you deal fire damage, you gain heat. What is this? A drow elf weapon. Somebody's wanted for poison damage against restrained. Okay, so you have to be in bondage for it to work, so that's too specific. Let's move it. Whoa. Let's move this up here so it's separate from all the vendor crap. And let's add all this shit to wares right now. Isn't this good content? Don't you love it? Oh, guys. How are you doing? I hope you're doing okay. I'm doing not bad. Can't really complain. Could be worse. Could always be worse. Alright. And that goes to you. This stays on me. Those go to you, even though I never use thrown items. I should really just sell them all. But I wouldn't even make that much is the thing. I mean, they're not worth hardly anything. Someone was saying on some forum I was on, it was 4chan, they were like, oh, the inventory in this game sucks. There's too many trash items in this game. It's just Trash Simulator. And then they patched that apparently after this came out. And other people were saying like, dude, it's better after the patch, blah, blah, blah. I didn't play this till well after it came out, so I guess, you know, I guess that was a good choice. It is usually these days because games are released in a half-baked state. If they're even baked at all. They just give you a bag of baking powder and say, good luck, have fun. Make it yourself. What if we let the player be the developer? What if you have to make mods to fix games because they all suck? Now, do we have to actually equip this? I'm assuming we do. Okay, good. Presumably that's enough. I didn't actually ever learn the keybind for raising a torch. I'm hoping just having this equipped is enough. If not, I guess we'll figure that out. What is this? The price of pride. Ooh. Interesting. Oh, whoa. Can we not loot you, my friend? Hello? I guess not. Well, let's light this. Anything else of any interest over here? Signs point to no. Alright. Man, I don't even know where to go. I don't even know where to start. This zone is so huge, man. When I heard that the level cap was 12, I was surprised. I was like, man, I thought it would have been 20. My guess would have been that they would have made it 20. Oh, you guys all failed to notice the hidden chest. Good job. Thanks for your efforts. Let's see what's up here. Why not? History failed. Yeah, it kind of did. History kind of did fail, didn't it? Are you guys not going to follow me because you're being pussies? Come on. Get the fuck up here. What do I have to do? Alright, fine. You know what? If you're going to be like that, we'll go the long way around. It's not like it's not possible. I hate that. When you jump up and then you try to switch characters to get the others to follow you, they fucking won't. And then if you jump up with one of them, your main guy will jump down because somehow the game thinks that he should do that in response. It doesn't make any fucking sense. Pisses me off. Alright, can you guys handle a jump like this? Are you smart enough to follow me up here? Okay, good. Finally. I'm guessing the giant crossbows really didn't work. I mean, it looks like you guys had like 4 of them at least. 5? Looks like whatever you were fighting kind of overwhelmed you here. I suppose it was the shadow curse. Okay, what about this guy? You have anything on you? Dead of the Emerald Enclave. Yeah. Oh, jeez. War against Kip. Okay, interesting. Emerald Enclave. Psycho Mantis. Okay, that looks like everything. Is it just another... Yeah. Okay. This is all gonna be rotten food. Yeah. What's the skeleton? Anything on you? Anything on you? Nope. Sometimes they have good shit. I've found enchanted stuff on them. Don't sleep on the skeletons. Oh shit, I hear the stirrings of something evil. You jump across the chasm. Suddenly you hear the stirrings of something evil. Could it be in this outhouse? Let's have a look. Dirty toilet seat. Alright, good. We've taken a shit. We feel 10 pounds lighter. Let's resume our journey. That looks like it goes pretty much nowhere, but I'll give it a look. Oh, no, okay, that's the... Okay, so this goes back where we came, and then there's this area. This goes somewhere else. Cratialec. Let's leave that for now, and let's backtrack a bit so we can fill out this area up here. I didn't want this to be an exploration video, but I didn't realize that encounter would be not that bad, and that we would get through it so relatively easily. I mean, there wasn't a lot of bullshit. We just sort of did our thing. It's because I spent 2,800 bucks upgrading all the gear that we had. I bought a bunch of weapons in addition to getting the smith ones from Demon Man. So I upgraded like half the gear of 2 characters. And it makes a difference. I mean, that fight was pretty smooth. I mean, we did have a lot of NPC assistance, but they weren't really doing much. The only useful guy was the one disabling the spider dude's damage shield. That was very useful, very much appreciated. Now, that other chest, we didn't notice it. I don't think we're going to. Who's this guy? He's gonna jump to life when we come up here because he's bespelled or some shit. Grey Scout's Journal, interesting. I haven't tried the Revive the Dead mechanic in this. I'm kind of intentionally leaving it because for my next playthrough I want to actually use it. I want to talk to the corpses and see if they give you side quests. Because as far as I know, there are a lot of NPCs that you can revive using the Speak with the Dead spell. You can speak to them. And then there are mobs you can turn into, you know, thralls just to fight for you. But I haven't even touched it. I haven't tried that mechanic at all. I'm kind of saving it because I want to do a second playthrough of this. There's a couple of things I'm intentionally not doing, and then there's a bunch I don't know how to do in the first place. So that's all going to be saved for the second playthrough, which I might record. I don't know. I mean, if I'm still enjoying it, I'm going to record it. If I feel like talking about crazy shit while I record it, then I will. Okay, we better save here. Oh, shit. Can we not save here? What the fuck just happened? Also, where's half of my party? Are you guys still fucking around over here? You gotta be kidding me, man. Fuck's sake, just get over here. God.
AI is becoming more and more advanced. Sometimes companions just won't follow you for no reason. Even though they could clearly jump down a ledge, they'll just choose not to because they're complex human characters with minds of their own. They can choose to be stupid. What a revolution in AI. I'm impressed. Stupidity has never been more realistic. I don't like the sound of these trees. They look a little bit cancerous. Now, is there a secret candy over here? Secret brazier.
Brazier is filmed before a live studio audience. Stuffed owl, bear toys, and eggs.
Okay, we got a nose-impaired individual there. Let's see if we can bust our way into this.
Ooh, more than sufficient. Let's see what lies within.
When a foe fails a saving throw, that's too specific. Spoiled... Nothing pisses me off more than spoiled food, man. I'm not into it. Get that shit out of here. What do we have over here? Is that an item? Uh-oh. Even worse, it's a cutscene.
Boo, I scared you. You saw it. Nobody beats me at hide and seek. Will you play with me?
Who are you?
I'm Oliver. I'm 7. Will you play with me?
Don't you have anyone else to play with?
I have a mummy, a daddy, and a doggy. They'll be back in a while, but you're here now, and I want to play.
I mean, this kid is obviously, like, fucked up somehow. He's got some kind of shadow curse thing going on. His family's clearly dead. Whoa, okay, well, that was a critical success.
Not an ordinary child, but not a specter either. One part of the greater whole. Something ancient and oddly sad.
What are your parents' names? Maybe I can find them.
They don't need names. They just need to be mummy and daddy and do what I want. Now play with me or they'll be angry with you.
You're no ordinary little boy, are you? I can sense it.
I don't know what you mean. The shadows must be making your head go funny.
You want to play? Fine.
All right, I'll hide and you seek. Find me and you win.
And if I don't find you?
Then you lose.
All right, let's begin.
Get ready and no cheating.
I mean, I saw that you went invisible there. Yeah, it's clear this kid is some kind of malevolent entity that probably killed whoever these people were. I mean, that would be my guess. Do we have any detect invisibility shit on us? Let's see what we got here. Darkness, mirror image, gaseous form, dimension door, madness, blight, waste, okay, Do we have any potions that will do that? Psychic resistance, vigilance, combustion, fly, heroism, poison, those are all resistances. I want to say one of us has a spell that allows us to do that. It's either Gale or Shadowheart. Where are your spells? What do they do? Of course, if I have the spell, I probably don't have it loaded because I didn't anticipate needing to use it. No, I don't think it's here. These are all healing or combat spells. Okay, well, I guess we'll just have to actually look for the kid. What if I just start randomly destroying shit? Okay, I guess we can't destroy the cart. I mean, it looks like maybe he went over here. We jump up on this little rock here. This is not good content, man. I mean, trying to find this kid. This is going to be... Oh, wait a minute. What's that over there? Oh, it's a night orchid. Well, at least that's something. What's in here, I wonder? Ooh, nothing. I mean, worst comes to worst, we just end up exploring the area and finding shit, so... What the fuck did I turn on? Some kind of helper thing? What is this? What am I, sneaking? What the fuck? What am I doing? Toggle hide. Oh, I must have pressed that by mistake. Okay, that's what it was. Alright, well, this kid went this way. So, maybe he's hiding up here. Why don't we check up here in this curious little cul-de-sac area. Maybe he's up here somewhere. I don't know. Are you guys not going to follow me again? I fucking can't stand that shit. Yeah, sure you will, you pixie fuck. They had to put an annoying-ass pixie in the game. Have you guys ever played Legend of Zelda? The Ocarina of Time? There was a pixie in that game, and it talked to you, and some people found it annoying. So now, every game developer that makes a fantasy game puts a pixie in it. It's like, just stop. Come up with something else, anything else. It's fucking pathetic, man. Come up with anything new, even if it sucks. Just something not that. You'd say that about every medium. That's why ugly and weird shit is getting a lot of attention. I actually wanted to segue into talking about this, which is a good thing to do while we're doing this quest. I wanted to talk about art and beauty and ugliness, because it's a very hotly contested topic. People obviously have their opinions about aesthetics and their opinions about what constitutes elevating, positive, healing, good art. Good in whatever sense of the term you want to apply the, you know, the modifier to the term art. Like whatever you want to say, for whatever reason, you know, this art is good to you. It does something to you that feels positive, and you think other people would also benefit from it. You want to universalize. You want to say everyone should look at only this type of art. The impulse to do that is a good impulse. It's a good thing. It's good to have a filter. It's good to look at things in critical ways that are potentially beneficial to people that you care about in your life. And then you can make interesting recommendations, and, you know, people will benefit from seeing the art that you've recommended. That's all a good thing. I don't want to suggest that there shouldn't be some sort of opinion, even on a cultural level. Like, certain cultures will think certain types of art are good or bad, and that's not a bad thing. You know, when you start censoring and restricting art, like I can't go that far. I can't agree with that. But the impulse to do that comes from having taste in the first place and having types of art that you don't like. And in particular, I wanted to talk about specifically what we, and by we I guess I mean the West, over the past century, since from about the 1920s till now, what the West, or critics in the West, or artists or art appreciators in the West have considered ugly versus what we've considered beautiful. And that goes back to, of course, European standards, ancient Greek art, Judeo-Christian artwork, some of the Islamic and Spanish architecture and sculpture and mosaics and artwork. All of that is, of course, you could argue, inspired by Roman art, etc., etc. This is all, I'm mentioning all this stuff all at once, quickly like this, to sort of give a sense of, like, that's the basis of the West in terms of its artistic sensibility, its aesthetic. And even the weird, bizarre, modern art stuff, at its core, it's just a stripping down of the design principles and aesthetics that were established thousands of years ago by the proto-West cultures in Europe. So even like Bauhaus chairs and minimalism and all this type of shit, it owes its bones. It is, in a sense, trying to be the bones of, like, Victorian stuff. It's trying to boil down Western design into something that is different because it's trying to minimize itself. And there's lots of artistic movements that have done this over the decades of the last century. And that's part of what we consider to be beautiful. We like pleasing patterns, geometry that is not too complicated but not too simplistic. We like negative space used in conjunction with space that's used aesthetically in a more complicated way, and contrasted with that. We'd like to, if you look at the Dutch school, we like things that look realistic in terms of lighting. We like realistic shadows, that sort of thing. I mean, again, I could go on for hours. The point is that there's things like that, like those few examples, that we consider beautiful and we consider to be desirable in art. There's some sort of a sense of harmony, almost like physically embodied music, like a piece of visual art, whether it's a sculpture or a painting or a movie. If it's well done and people seem to universally love it, from the lowest pleb to the most educated Ponzi academic, if everyone seems to appreciate it, it's probably because it strikes a chord musically, like it's a visual embodiment of good music, which is a mathematical system of scales and harmonies. So when visual things, whether they're natural objects or art, are appealing, it's because they have a type of inherent music to them. They're like music congealed in matter, non-sound, non-sonic music. And you can argue writing's the same, but I think writing's a different beast. Writing is weirder. Writing is more alien. It's more of a prompt that directly sort of hacks your senses and induces hallucinations in your mind's eye. It's a very strange thing. I don't want to talk about language yet in that context, but that's essentially what it does. It's like a spell. And what art does that's physical is it sort of takes music or sound waves or energy waves or whatever you want to call them, and it congeals them in a form that tries to echo or replicate or best represent their musical harmony. And different cultures have different musical sensibilities, but the system of music is unchanging. There are only so many sounds in the range of the human ear. There are only so many chords that sound harmonious to the biology of the human ear, whether you're a Maori islander or a guy in Beijing or a guy living in the woods in Siberia or a Canadian dude working in a maple syrup refinement plant. whether you're any of those people, you have a range of hearing, and even if your hearing sucks, if it's genetically whatever, there are certain sounds that your ear is designed or has evolved to pick up. And in the same sense, I think there is a biological basis probably for what humans find visually appealing. So why am I talking about all this? Well, the reason I'm bringing this up is because now we've established what Western what the West considers beautiful, and potentially what humans consider beautiful, which is, it's not going to be the same as what Westerners consider. I'm not saying the West is making the standard for everyone. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying that what every culture tries to do, including the West, is hit upon what is universally appealing aesthetically. Because why would you want to do anything less with your art? Why would you want your art to only appeal to like one guy? Obviously, you want it to appeal to people on a mass scale, potentially, but you don't want to, you don't want to water it down too much, but you want it to be accessible aesthetically on a basic level. And part of what's been going on for the past century, really, in art in the West, is there's been this really heated debate about beauty and ugliness, and what constitutes either of those things, and how far can we stretch both of those terms at once? So how far can we stretch the term ugly until it gets conflated or overlaps with beauty and actually reveals to us that our sense of beauty and our sense of ugliness have both been potentially limited? Like, how can you look at a beautiful piece of art and go, well, actually the artist who did this was a Nazi, or he killed people, or he raped a woman, or whatever. Now you're bringing some ugliness into the potential interpretive context of the art. Should you do that? Is that fair to the piece of art? Again, open questions. I'm not saying I have answers, but the reason I'm contextualizing this is because I want to talk about this debate about beauty versus ugliness. And where it became most pronounced in our recent history is in Germany, right before the Nazis took over. There was a lot of art being produced by various artists, and some of these artists, probably not most of them, maybe not even half of them, but some of them were World War I veterans, and what they were doing was they were drawing the gore and the rotting corpse vistas that they had seen during the war. And when Hitler came to power, he looked at this art and he said, this is fucking disgusting. This is like Saw. This is like gore porn. Why are we even allowing this to exist? Let's just destroy it and let's imprison or kill the artists because they're obviously just fucked up people. So there's an example of an extreme beauty standard being applied. And then, you sort of have, on the other side of the world at the same time, you have the Art Deco movement in the States, where the U.S. is looking at their Western roots and their Roman and Greek roots, Greco-Roman roots, along with their Judeo-Christian roots, and going, how do we take the aesthetics and philosophy and the sort of music of these cultural ideas and incarnate it in physical objects? So they made all the, if you look at Detroit, for example, Detroit is actually very beautiful. There are a lot of really amazing, like there's a famous bridge or a gateway with these incredible, like, sort of columnar gate guardian type dudes. They're like the Argonath from Lord of the Rings. They're like those giant statues of the guys near the river, And they have these chariots, like they're holding in their hands these chariots that are meant to represent automobiles. It's like, well, this is the new chariot. This is the new horse. It's being made here. We're proud of this innovation that has come out of our culture and its philosophy of free thought and free market exchange of ideas and goods. It's allowed us to innovate in ways that no human being has since the Younger Dryas collapse, if they even had cars back then, which I don't think they did. But anyway, they had hovercraft, of course. Everybody knows they had hovercraft in Atlantis. They weren't using gasoline. They were using real energy and drawing energy from the atmosphere in a harmonious way with the Earth until they started using it to be evil. And then Earth was like, fuck you. You're going to sink. Anyway, the point is Detroit's architecture is very Art Deco-ish. And I think it was built later, actually, but the point is that the aesthetic was inspired by Art Deco, which started in the 1920s. My point with all this is just you have these movements going on in the early 20th century that are trying to sort of reaffirm or reestablish what beauty is, or trying to push the boundaries, trying to say, you know, it's not like we're unsatisfied with beauty per se, it's just we're curious about how far we can push it, and like where the edges of that sphere, kind of like the sphere surrounding my character right now while I look for this stupid demon child in this quest where I can't fucking find him. Where are the edges of the realm of beauty? Like where, you know, we're explorers. We want to explore and we want to find out, you know, where the edges of this aesthetic are. And I think it was born more of curiosity than of boredom, and I think it was, again, you know, the path to hell is paved with good intentions. I think people were looking for beauty, and they weren't intending to fuck anything up for anybody. I think most of the people trying to make art or to criticize it in the past century have not been sort of evil, I don't know, underhanded psyop spies or whatever you want to talk. Of course, those people exist, but I think the majority of people making art were not trying to fuck with anyone or fuck with art. I think they were just experimenting and trying to figure out, you know, can we do even better than this? Which is not a bad impulse. Once you start getting rid of that impulse and you start saying, well, you can't ever make art about this or that because that's just objectively bad and ugly. And that means, you know, you are bad for doing it. Like, once you start going down that path, you end up with a society that gradually starts to just get worse. Artistically speaking, creatively speaking. It's just not a good idea. The drawbacks of letting anyone make any art are that there's going to be a lot of crap floating around. But the alternative to that is, well, we have a very small amount of art, but it's all the same. Or it's all so similar that it eventually becomes derivative of itself to the point where it runs out of its own ideas. It can't remix itself anymore. It's like you'd have a paint palette and you only have 2 colors. And it's like, well, you can make a lot of shades with those 2 colors, but eventually you're going to have basically run out of ideas in terms of how to combine your constituent elements of artistic creation. So the point I'm trying to make here is this debate about beauty and ugliness. It's still going on, and it's reached a fever pitch in recent years in a lot of ways. Because people will always change their behavior and their philosophy based on the art they see. Art is very powerful. So if all of a sudden anything can be made into art, you're going to have a lot of fucked up shit floating around, and you're going to have people changing their behavior and their outlook and their life philosophy based on the art that they see, which is all of media. Like, everything you see that's made by people or mediated by people is in some way a creative thing. And again, the people who want to curtail or discourage or censor or any combination of those, or anyone on their own, the field of art in the West right now, again, they're not trying to fuck with things. They are trying to improve them because they are seeing the breadth of what is now considered to be acceptable or beautiful, and they're disturbed by it. And this is kind of, there's that old Simpsons meme where, you know, the Grandpa Simpson is like, I used to be with it, then they changed what it was. Now what I'm with isn't it. And what is it is strange and scary to me, and it'll happen to you. And the irony is people are acting like they're not falling for that type of attitude when they're criticizing art in the ways that I've described. Like, it's not that they're wrong. Maybe they're right. Maybe we have gone too far. Again, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that if you have that mentality or that attitude, you've got to fucking jack up your self-awareness a bit and recontextualize your views based on the past century of history. Maybe history's all fake and nothing I say matters. That's a cop-out, man. Like, if you're going to subscribe to that, you might as well just go check yourself into a mental asylum. Whether or not history happened exactly the way it did, we have examples of art from the past. And we have examples of art going back 100 years that are pretty goddamn reliable. I mean, we can date things from 1,000 years ago pretty reliably. Even if you believe only the last 6,000 years is real. Let's say that's true. Let's say that's true. That means we have 6,000 fucking years of art. That's a lot of time. That's a lot of examples of artwork to look at just from the history of the West, let alone all the other cultures on this planet. So, again, my whole point with bringing this up is the way that ugliness has been looked at. You can argue that it's a, you know, the entirety of this is just a changing of convention, but there are some pretty unprecedented recontextualizations that have gone on very recently in art, where you can pretty much do anything. If you're a female artist, you can smear period blood on a canvas in the shape of an emoji happy face, which maybe hasn't been done yet. Maybe someone will do that in a few years. I'm guessing that's been done. But you can do that, and there are some critics out there who will be like, holy shit, I actually genuinely think this is amazing, and it made me think differently about women, and it made me realize I was being a dick to my girlfriend when she was on her period, and she was trying to put on a happy face for me, and I was not aware of it because I was not paying attention. Like just little things like that. Like, oh, it changed my perception of my own behavior in a way that was beneficial to me, and it allowed me to be a nice guy to my girlfriend, even if, I don't understand what's going on with her. That's a melodramatic example, you might say, but it's one type of example. It's like, oh, there's a piece of art that couldn't have been made in 1680, but it actually helped out one guy. And my view of art is, if a piece of art made by somebody helps one person to better themselves in a small way, then it was worth at least the canvas and the paint used to make it. Like, that's worth it. If a bunch of other people turn their noses up at it, who the fuck cares? It's not like someone else is going to see that piece of art and go, oh god, it ruined my life, I would kill myself. Like, what are you're that affected by art? What are you, a fucking 2-year-old? Like, I saw a bad piece of art, society has fallen. Like, it's the sort of, it's just childish. Like shit is going to exist on Earth in your life that you're just going to fucking hate, and you go ahead and express the hate. I'm not saying don't talk about it. I'm just saying don't all of a sudden react and be like, society's shit, we have to burn it down. Like, that is the most, it's like a child playing a board game, and when they're losing, they just flip the board game over on the table just to fuck everyone's day up, because they're just angry and they have no fucking self-control. Again, you can have too much self-control and you cannot speak up when shit is getting bad. Like, the what's a good example of that? The Netflix show Cuties. People got, I think, correctly pissed off about that. That's one recent example. Because it took things in a direction that was not artistically useful in any seeming way or motivated. It just seemed to be a perverse, exploitative, hollow kind of. It wasn't affirming. It wasn't trying to do anything aesthetically that was novel or interesting. It wasn't trying to challenge boundaries. It just seemed to be a lurid, hollow display. And it seemed to just be, somebody trying to be, at best, it was someone trying to be edgy and see how far they could get. Or it was just people being creeps and wanting to make porn and see. Can we upload this to Netflix? Wouldn't it be funny? Like, wouldn't it be cool if we made this and then we could jerk off to it and all our creepy friends could too? Like, it's that type of shit. That's been happening for all of history. It's nothing new, but when I'm talking about art and aesthetics, I'm not talking about stuff that's sort of completely hollow and has no aesthetic point that it's trying to make. There's no music to it. I'll lean on my earlier metaphor to make my point. That type of content, doesn't seem to be creating anything musical. It's not trying to engage with the aesthetic core of the culture that's producing it. It's not trying to either bolster or uphold or to critique that aesthetic core. So, if you look at stuff made today like the fucking Saw movies, Human Centipede, all these weird things, Halloween, even if you go back to the fucking 70s. If you look at these types of art that couldn't have been made 100 years ago, the artist would have been put in jail for being too edgy or too controversial. I guess what I'm trying to say is that the whole debate about ugliness, a lot of people who are prudish about the limits of current day art like to go back to the 20s and 30s and look at some of those artists from Germany, many of whom were of a certain persuasion, German. They were German. And go, look at this guy drawing this weird, creepy, like abstract, gory thing. Like, why would anyone want to look at that? If you've been through some shit, and it seems like nobody around you will ever get you, because of the specific things that have happened to you, whatever they may be, if your experience is so limited and so specific to you that it doesn't even feel worth it to you to describe to other people or to argue why you are the way you are, if that's the case, and you're not a danger to society, if you're not a fucking, if you're not a you-know-what, or a murderer or whatever, as long as you're no danger to society, if you're just weird, you kind of just want to die all the time. And seeing even one piece of art that depicts or shows something that most people wouldn't get, again, if it's not something fucked up, I'm not even going to say it. You guys know what I mean. If it's something weird but benign, and you're like, oh my god, there's somebody else who's been through the same shit as me, seeing that stuff is maybe it's not good for you, but man, it's just affirming. It's like, okay, I'm not alone. I'm not completely alone. And comedy does this best, really. When comedians make jokes about taboo subjects, that's more what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about like porn or anything like that. I'm talking about art. I'm talking about things that are based in aesthetic, cultural aesthetics. So I think, again, it's easy to be prudish. It's the easiest response ever is to be angry or prudish about something. To a point. Again, there's like I said before, there's art that isn't really art. I wouldn't even call it that. That's a whole other debate. What is art? What is art? Is this game art? Not really. This game is just a game. Video games can be art, but they aren't always. Just like, if you draw a line on a piece of paper and you don't call it art and you crumple it up and throw it in the garbage, then it wasn't art. Context is important. But the reason I wanted to bring this up is because a lot of the time the criticism about anything explicit or strange in art, within reason, in the West lately, it often comes from people who are religious, or they're older, or they're prudish for some other personal, moral, or philosophical reason. And the irony is that if you believe in the Judeo-Christian religions, Christ is featured in all three books from all three religions, the main books. I mean, there's dozens of books, but you know what I mean. The irony is, you have people protesting like the Saw movies or whatever, and then they go to church every week and they look at depictions of an emaciated, starved, beaten man who was nailed to a piece of wood and stabbed with a spear and whipped with like whips with bits of metal inserted in the leather, and they go, oh, but that's a representation of self-improvement and suffering and community and blah blah blah. It doesn't matter what the intention of the religion or its authors or the artists behind the materials are. If you're going to criticize art based on what it is, aka its image, the actual thing you're seeing, stripped of context, which is the only way you can really criticize something, is the first step is you have to strip it of context. Because context will always come to the defense of anything. Like, oh, it's this because of this context. Cuties isn't CP. It's just made for young women to express themselves. Like, that's the excuse that artist used. Oh shit, we found him, guys. We talked about art long enough. We found the fucker. Don't be a sore loser.
You're not my daddy.
Let's play another game.
Sure, fine. I hope you give me a reward for this. My family will be looking for... Okay, what the fuck? Guys, you heard our discussion about aesthetics, and he's not pleased. He's a prude. Shit. Anyway, I think I'll end the video here. I only wanted to say one more thing. When you criticize art, you have to, in a sense, separate it from its context in some small way in order to do that. And... it'd be just as easy for like an alien or a time traveler to come here and see, some crucifix with the realistic blood and everything in a church and go, you people are like mentally ill. Like, what the fuck's wrong with you? You're worshiping the corpse of some magician healer guy and preacher who wandered around. He criticized the people in his time. He got a bunch of people to follow him, and then he told them to eat and drink his blood, metaphorically. If you haven't seen Midnight Mass, for fuck's sake, watch that show. I have never seen a more, like, undeniably good criticism of Christianity. I went through my atheist phase when I was a kid, blah, 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 Reddit, atheism. I've been through all that. That show, Midnight Mass, is the most piercing criticism of the whole religion. Richard Dawkins, all his books combined are not as effective as that piece of media. I would call it art. I would call it a piece of art. The writing's not perfect. There's some corny monologues that I really hate. There's some cringy shit in there. I'm not saying it's perfect. Blade Runner's much better. But go watch Midnight Mass. Midnight Mass will edit your brain a little bit in a good way and sort of give you some insights. It's not like it's not. The reason it's good is not because it's just bashing the religion without any nuance. That's not what it's doing. It's not trying to say the whole thing is fucked up. It's just saying don't fall for powerful people trying to hypnotize you into doing their bidding. Like that's what the show's really saying, but it does it in such a beautiful way. It's beautifully horrifying. You might say it uses ugliness as a sort of garnish for beauty. Kind of like you'd put a spice in a dish. Ooh, this pepper. If I just ate the whole pepper on its own, I'd be crying and puking. But I put a small amount of it into this sweet dish, and the spice was necessary to bring out the sweetness. The evil was necessary to bring out the good. That's how I'll end the video. That was basically my point. Again, I'm not some kind of, I don't know, ugliness-obsessed, gore-obsessed freak. But I do see the value in those things, as long as they're not being used just to hypnotize people into, being sex slaves or whatever else. Art's always been used for that, though. Good art can be used for that. Any type of art can be used for that. That's the real fucked up thing. The art that looks beautiful on the surface can still imply those things. It can still incept those ideas. So the real lesson here is just not to take things at surface value and not just to become obsessed with one aesthetic or another and assume that it's all good because you like it, because you like that aesthetic. Like, yeah, it's a pain in the ass to do that. Yeah, it sucks. Just, do what you can in your life. You can't do this all the time unless you're an autistic weirdo like me who arranges every object around him to be precisely exactly what type of symbol I want to have near me. Most people shouldn't do that. I shouldn't do it, but I don't know. It's fun. I like being particular about the objects that surround me.
It's called having taste. Educate yourself about aesthetics before you even talk to me.
Anyway, guys, I'm going to end the video here. I don't know if I'll record the next part of this quest with this kid, but either way, it's been fun. Thanks for listening to another one of my rants, if you actually made it this far. As always, pay attention to your health. Give the ones who love you, give your family a break, give your friends a break. They're probably going through shit that they're not telling you because they don't want to burden you with it. So give them a fucking break. Do something nice for them. Move a couple of boxes for someone, mow someone's lawn. Just do something small. Do something that's like not even a sweat off your back type of thing. Just do it, and they'll appreciate it more than they'll tell you. Anyway, love you guys. As always, peace out.